Hi, I'm Hattie Bryant, and welcome to Small Business 2000. If you have a business or want to start one, this is the place for you. Last week, wholesale. This week, retail. Actually, last week we were in Newark, New Jersey, inside a wholesale pipe, valve, and fitting company. And today, we're in San Diego, California, inside the art store. This is a how-to series about starting, running, and growing a business. And we think you learn best from people who have already done what it is they're talking about. In academia, they would call what we do here a master class. That is, you don't have a professional teacher with a specific curriculum. You have an opportunity to meet a person who will tell you how it is they do what they do. This is not a class, it's an experience. Grab a pencil and paper, you'll want to take notes. After 30 years of working for huge companies, George Granoff is now an entrepreneur. Even though he lives in Boston, he owns the art store, which has 5 locations, all in California.
I woke up one day and realized that I really enjoyed the hands-on store level, working with customers, building business. I poured a lot of money into the plant in order to put in new floors, new ceilings, new lights, new fixturing. We widened the aisles. Basically, the attempt was to improve the shopping experience for the customer.
It's just a lot easier to get to everything. The paints are with the paints, the brushes are with the brushes.
One of the important things that I think we accomplished when we attacked these stores and remodeled them was to identify certain classifications of product that perhaps we could show in a manner that was more customer friendly. Mm-hmm. In the past, all these papers were shown, were carried in metal drawers, and the customer had to go through individual drawers to take a look at what our assortment was. Mm-hmm. We felt that our assortment was so interesting that it would create much more impact if we had it out and visible to the customer. So we got rid of all those drawers and put all the paper out.
So this is a new invention.
This is a new invention. We have experienced, the downside is we have experienced some damage due to customer handling of the product. But our sales of paper have exploded because the customer can come in and at a glance get to see the huge assortment of paper that we carry.
Okay, so a sheet of this between the two should do the trick? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Once you get inside the store, I believe that retail operators have to deal with 3 different issues. Issues of assortment, price, and service. And I think that what, at least in my own view, what I do is I go out and shop the competition, looking very carefully at those issues. And I believe that unless I'm prepared to strive for dominance in 2 out of those 3 at least, I am cutting short my opportunity to achieve success in my business. So that the great retailers have accomplished success in all 3. A Home Depot certainly has assortment, a competitive price, and excellent customer service. In the art store company, we hire and train our store personnel so that they are very adept in the product and the product's uses. Most of them are artists, and we require the manufacturers to come in on a regular schedule and train our employees on the newest uses and trends and opportunities to maximize their products.
You had some colleagues that you've had as friends over the years who said to you when you bought an art store, "You don't know anything about art."
Right.
What did you say back
to
them?
Well, they weren't really colleagues. They were other people in the art material business who said, "How would you expect to be successful in the art supply business if you have no background in art supplies?" And that's an interesting comment. My background is in retailing, customer service, creating a delivery system that bridges the manufacturer to the consumer in an efficient way that that gets the products that these manufacturers make to the consumers. And really, I have always seen myself as a retailer, and I take great care in hiring people as buyers and merchandisers who are artists and know all about these products, and I count on them to steer me in the right direction.
That's 4503.
The art store may have been losing money when he bought it, but George was lucky to inherit some great employees.
Very often, customers come in and say, I need product X. And our employees are trained to ask, well, what application are you going to use product X for? Because very often, the customer is heading for not the best choice of product. So we want to make sure that they're going to get the effect that they're looking for.
You want to get them all individually instead of
Because our store selling employees are largely artists, they can communicate with those customers
And dig in.
and find out, well, what are you trying to get to? What are you trying to get to with this work? And perhaps, and I want you to know that you have 2 or 3 alternatives that each give subtle differences in effect. Which one would you really like? And that's the kind of detailed service that many of our customers really need.
What classes are you taking this semester?
Actually, I'm an engineering student.
Oh, really?
I just paint as a hobby.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. It's kind of a nice balance there.
Yeah, gets me away from all the calculus and physics and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I actually think that to a certain degree, not being in this business and not having the background in art supplies has been a benefit to me, because I don't necessarily have to accept the way things have been done for 10, 15, 20 years. In some cases, the art material business is behind the general retail curve regarding scanning, barcoding, just-in-time delivery, so on and so forth. So
you're not stuck in a rut.
I'm not stuck in the rut. In fact, I believe that many times during the past year and a half, my lack of knowledge in the art material business has helped me focus on an issue that otherwise has become accepted practice and just the way things have been done forever.
It's fresh eyes.
And I've had a chance to say, well, wait a second, that's really not the best way to get this done.
How are you doing?
What's in my mind for a future is growth, and we have really 2 avenues of growth that we're currently analyzing. The first is to support internal growth with which we could open 1 or 2 stores a year from cash flow and grow this company over the next 4 or 5 years to 2 or 3 times its current size. We operate and maintain a enormous level of in-stock with no back room in this operation.
What do you mean, no back room?
There is no back stock. All the inventory that we own in this building is on the floor. And we fulfill this store sometimes weekly from certain suppliers, sometimes twice a week from certain suppliers, exercising sort of the just-in-time delivery strategies that I saw developed in bigger retail companies during my prior life. It is an enormous challenge to stay in stock in 17,000 different items day in and day out with no back room and no warehouse, and there is virtually nothing in this building besides what you see on the floor. And I think that is a credit to my organization and technology.
Technology is an important part of Georgia's strategic plan for growth.
One of the areas that was the most important to us was to install point-of-sale scanning at the front end of the store so that the customer's merchandise was barcoded and scanned by the cashier. This item is missing, and what's going to happen today is that someone's going to go through this store with a Telzon barcode reader, and they're going to pop that barcode which is going to cause an order to be written for that item. And we happen to buy this item through a distributor, and that item will be here in 2 days.
You're kidding.
No.
And that goes through the phone lines.
Yes, that information is transmitted through the phone lines, and that order will be at the manufacturer's place tomorrow morning.
Okay, and then they'll ship it that day, and you'll get it the next day.
Yes, the AS400 is the base of our whole technology system. It not only handles merchandising, but it handles all the other functions in our business.
The payroll and
there are a lot of other things that it handles. But it is the workhorse and is the system that we use to run the company.
Okay, so now how would you imagine growing without technology?
Well, quite frankly, I can't imagine trying to stay in stock in 17,000 items without technology. I wouldn't, if you asked me how to do it, I wouldn't know how to do it. So it's not so much that I thought this was a great idea. This was the only way that I knew how to operate this company.
What are you doing to get customers in the door?
Well, that's a good question. In the past, this company didn't do anything to build business or explain to customers what was new or happening in the store. What we have done is launched a direct mail program and have worked very hard to build a mailing list now for our 5 stores that is in excess of 100,000 names.
And where'd you get the names?
These are actual customers who've shopped in the store, who filled out mailing list applications and been in the store.
So that's a very high quality list.
High quality list.
And you're now mailing them how frequent?
Well, we're mailing them now. We've mailed 4 in the past 6 months. And what we try to do is not only show them what's new in the art store, but of course offer them special buys and deals that we...
So is this working?
This is working great.
We're getting busier and busier by the day. Every day our sales are going up and up. And we're starting to see repeat customers coming in, which is great.
And this is... the quality of this also, I think, is different than what has been available at other times in the industry. This is on glossy stock. It's full photography. We spend a lot of time and effort to make this be a high quality piece because it stands for what the store stands for.
Plus, your customers are in this business, meaning
Right.
of the way things look, the way things feel, and they're going to respond to something that appeals to them.
Right. We are beginning to enter customer profiles into our computer. And as the number of customers that we have in our database increases north of 100,000 people, it is getting expensive to mail them flyers having to do with all aspects of the store. As we develop a profile of what various customer groups do and use this store for, we'll be able to segment our direct mail efforts to a more focused group of customers and be able to offer oil paint to oil painters and be able to offer pastels to folks who use pastels and in a way be more efficient